Hi everybody, Kaiwaza with you. Welcome back to my channel and our journey through my Hawaiian and Exotica record collection. And we're going to begin today's video with a vinyl update of 3 records that have recently come into the collection that were covered in letters that we've already covered. So I'm going to show them to you now. The first one is one I picked up just recently at a collector's show here in Honolulu, an interesting record from Direco Records out of the Netherlands. It's actually from Indonesia, called Goodbye to You, Nona Manis. Nona Manis just means sweet lady or sweetheart, something like that. By the, I'm not sure how you really pronounce that, Amboina Serenaders. Ambon is an island in Indonesia, so but Amboina. Otherwise known as Ming Luhulima is the artist, steel guitarist, I believe. So this is a vocal group, steel guitar and vocal group. Actually, nice music. The lady that I bought it from didn't really know what it was. She was like, "This is Indonesian, but it's Hawaiian, I don't know." It's quite nice, and you see some other albums here advertised on the back. But yeah, from out of Amsterdam. Then I have an organist, French-Canadian organist, who recorded apparently many albums and did a Hawaiian one. This is whatever, my pronunciation, I don't know, Jean-Marcel Raymond and his organ and rhythms. This is volume 8, but the album is Aloha, and we have some serious tiki action happening on the cover of this one. Now, there are some misspellings and incorrect titles on some of these songs that I find kind of amusing, especially one. You'll see here a medley of Pearly Shells, which is misspelt, and Mary's Brown Eyes, which should be Maori Brown Eyes, M-A-O-R-I, the word for Polynesian people, Maori Brown Eyes. Anyway, it's fun. Cute album. This is on Alouette Records. So, and then finally, one I just got in the mail from a subscriber friend from Australia who sent, knew that I had gotten this album from Italy quite a while ago, and it had the wrong record in it, and because it was Italian and the postage is crazy and all that, I just never returned it, never made an issue out of it. But I love the cover, and he actually sent me a copy of the correct record, thank you, Brian, which is an Italian instrumental Hawaiian group, the Coconados, which just means the coconuts. This is the Coconados and their Hawaiian guitars, and interestingly, they did like so many volumes, like I don't even know, like 11 or 12 or something. I have quite a few of them, volumes called, the Coconados and their Hawaiian guitars, volume whatever. And then they did several that are just called the Coconados and their Hawaiian guitars that have no volume number on them at all. So I have no idea, like, and this is one of them, and there's several of them, but that's just the title of the album. So very confusing group. pronounce it, Ri-Fi or Ri-Fi, or I don't know how they pronounce it, records for 1967. This one is... Yeah, thank you. Don't you love the cover? Love the cover on that. All right, now I thought I was through with the letter P. I don't know what I was thinking, but I forgot that I had not shown the Exotica and the South Pacific records. So let's, and the letter P. So let's do that. We got some Exotica stuff first under the letter P. This artist, interesting. I only have a couple records from him. He has a lot, but I've only got a couple. They're usually kind of expensive, and I'll just pick them up when they're less expensive, because they're not, I mean, they're really borderline, and they're not borderline Exotica, but I don't know, whatever. But they're kind of just historically interesting to me. This is Korla Pandit. This album is Tropical Magic. If you're not familiar with him, I mean, interesting character. Marketed himself throughout his entire career, personally and private, as being Indian, from India, and a very mysterious and exotic persona who played the organ, had a television show, radio show, everything. Then it turns out, after his passing, that he actually is an African American from Missouri. Just created this persona. So anyway, but interesting stuff. This Tropical Magic has interesting liner notes. I love the liner notes sometimes. So this is supposed to be capturing the mood of the South Seas and the East Indies. Okay, that's what it says. The South Seas and the East Indies. All of it is image music designed to stimulate the imaginative mind with mental pictures of trumpeting elephants, slave girls, richly robed caliphs, savage jungle natives, sarong-sheathed dancing girls, sacrificial fire ceremonies, voodoo tortures, pompous processions. Quite a scene. Actually, really, it's organ music, and slightly exotic, but not really crazy. I don't know. But he had a very long, successful career with this. There's no table of contents on this, so I'll show you both sides. But listen, heads up to the guy. He got away with it in his entire lifetime. Here's the only other album I have from him, and like I said, he did many. This is Music for Meditation. Korla Pandit at the pipe organ, looking very mysterious. He had very hypnotic eyes. Also on Fantasy Records. This one is very lovely. Blue vinyl. Quite pretty. I don't know if you've ever run across it. I have a CD. I mean, it's of a somewhat more recent origin. Well, not that recent, but a CD era of a group of somebody kind of making fun of Korla Pandit. And it's called Karla Pandit. It's a pretty good CD, actually, if you ever run across it. Now, here's a record I love this record. This is a soundtrack. It's a reissue of the original soundtrack. The film came out in the 60s, and this album is from 1980-something, because 83, because there was some interest in it. But the film, if you haven't seen it, get a chance. I think it's online somewhere. Not YouTube, but I don't know. It exists. I have seen it. It's called Bora Bora. Now, we know it here in the States with the Les Baxter soundtrack, but that's not the original, and it's awesome. I love the Les Baxter soundtrack. But the film was originally released in Italy with an Italian soundtrack, with a different soundtrack, which is equally great, but very different. Very different. This is the music of Piero Piccioni, And I love this soundtrack as well. I love the movie. It's great. It's basically like soft porn, really. I mean, kind of. But a lot of beautiful imagery from Bora Bora in it. But this music is great. It's a lot of it very sort of mysterious and very exotic. There's a CD out, I want to get it somewhere, but it has, I ordered it once and it wasn't what I thought it was, but there is a CD out there that is the original soundtrack, the Les Baxter soundtrack, and outtakes or extra different versions of selections from each. So it has like 40-something songs on it. I would love to track that down because I dig both Piero Piccioni. Anyway, the original soundtrack and the Les Baxter soundtrack, both I really dig. Now, finally, today, here is, I don't know, this is really just vaguely Exotica. I'm not sure exactly why I have it in the collection, other than I love the cover, and there's a couple songs I really do like, but it's really more easy listening than Exotica. Sorry for the siren. It's a great cover. Pearls of Love by the Players. Sort of a faux mermaid thing going on. This group really basically is very reminiscent of the Three Sons, right? It's that kind of a sound. A couple songs I really like on it. On Liberty Records. Alright, that's going to wrap it for today. So thank you for watching, and I hope you liked that video. Subscribe for more, and go back and watch my other 280 whatever videos previous to this. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you have a good week. We'll talk to you in the next video.